I have a letter here that I'd like to send out to a number of people, and I'd like to personalise each letter to each person. So I'm going to create a mail merge. With this letter open, I first of all just want to show you that I have another file. For a mail merge to effectively occur, you need two files. One file is the letter that you want to send, and the other file is a list of people. I've created a file called Company, which I'll just open and show you. If I go open, the file called Company contains a table. Each column has a column heading, title, first name, last name, company, etc. And this table of people spans over 3 pages. So you can have quite a large list, and that list can exist in a table in a Word document. Having looked at this data source, I'll just close this file now. So I'll go to File in the ribbon and click Close. Now I'd like to start my mail merge. So what I'm going to do is click the Mailings tab in the ribbon, go to the Start Mail Merge group and click the Start Mail Merge button. And I'd like to choose Step by Step Mail Merge Wizard. By clicking that option, what I have on the right hand side is a Mail Merge task pane, and I want to ensure that I start at Step 1. Step 1 of the 6 steps is to ask you what type of document you want to merge. I'm going to start with letters, so I'll just click Next, Starting Document. Now it asks me, would you like to set up your letter? Well, I already have, so I can choose the option Use the current document and simply click Next. Step 3 wants to know where the recipients are, what file that contains the recipients to receive this letter. I'm going to accept using existing list, and I'm going to browse for the file that we looked at earlier called Company, which had a table of people. I'm just going to locate that file. And open it. This is the list of all the people in that file. If I want to exclude 1 or 2 people, I'd simply untick them. But I'll click OK. Now I can click Next to write your letter. What I'd like to do in between the date and year is click and insert an address block. This will automatically address my letter. And I'll click OK. I want to remove the word dear, so I'll delete it, and instead in its place put a greeting line. So I'll click Greeting Line. The greeting line already includes the word dear, also to and none, but I'll accept dear and OK. What I'd then like to do is click at the end of the word are, press the space bar and choose a particular item I want to insert, so I'll choose More Items. These are the column headings that were in my table in the file called Company, so I'll choose this column, Amount, and insert and close and put a full stop. And so now I've actually written my letter. I've taken the fields from the company table and inserted them in my newsletter. If I click Next at the bottom of the Mail Merge task pane, I can preview my letters. I'm viewing recipient 3 at the moment, but I could go back to recipient 2, recipient 1, and as I move you can see the letter is showing you what will be printed. So I just move between each letter and check that everything looks okay. And it does. So then I'll click Next to complete the merge. I could send the mail merge documents directly to the printer, but I actually want to choose this option to send them to a new document, and that way I can check them before I suddenly send a lot of letters to the printer. So I'll click Edit Individual Letters and I'll click OK. And eventually I'll see, and I'm looking at my status bar, that I have 90 letters, each individually addressed to each person that was in that table in the file called Company. I can now print, making sure that the printer had enough paper, it had enough toner, and that I wasn't going to inconvenience anybody. Or I could print them in batches, perhaps maybe the first 40 pages and then the next 50 pages. This final document is called Letters 1. And this is the merged result. But at the bottom of my screen I could go back to Newsletter and I'll return to my main document.